Subscribe to our YouTube channel and don't forget to press the bell icon to get all the latest updates. The biggest worry for doctors and healthcare providers everywhere in India is now the issue of their safety gear. What is called as PPE, which stands for personal protective equipment. That's the gloves, the goggles, the hazmat suit, the face mask, the doctors, and even those who are even collecting samples for testing are required to wear. Doctors are extremely anxious. Their families are even more anxious. Some doctors have even gone to the Supreme Court. Another group of doctors at the Hindu Rao Hospital in Delhi have threatened to resign. This is going to be the big fault line of this coronavirus debate and response in the next few days. Joining us now, we go across to Kolkata, where Dr. Arjun Dasgupta, who is an ENT specialist based out of Kolkata, is joining us. Dr. Dasgupta, can you share what's happening in the medical community at the level of sentiment? What are the anxieties? We, of course, know that the safety gear, the PPE, is in critically short supply, and manufacturers are working overtime to meet the demand. At the moment, sir, what would you like our viewers to understand?
Hi. The first thing we must say that that we are prepared for the battle. That's going to reach us. So we are not worried. We are going to face whatever demon is coming at us, and we are mentally very prepared. But we also know that there are issues, that there are particularly reports that in other countries, now it's a pandemic, it's the doctors who are affected first. And the only thing that can save us from being infected with COVID-19, and more so because the doctors, the medical community, are getting a very severe form of the infection, which is known as a very high viral load because they are exposed to. So that what can save us is a PPE, personal protective equipment. So there is a huge demand for it. Everybody is hankering from it. We are getting phone calls from everywhere. Do you have PPE? We are getting phone calls of people who have extra PPE, wants to distribute to the frontline workers. So at this moment, this week there is a confusion. So we also heard that there is a supply of PPEs coming on the way. The central government of India has assured that there is enough PPE is getting manufactured. The West Bengal government has reassured that there is going to be enough PPE in the market. But till they come this week, we are going to face a problem. Now, we have a lot of people, a lot of patients which are COVID suspects. There are patients with classical pneumonia and things. When you get this patient, you want to be very careful with this patient. You intubate, when you do any invasive procedure, you need to be covering yourself. You need to protect yourself. So the question of PPE is very, very important. The government hospital, there is not enough supply at this moment. The private hospitals, some of them are very stocked up. Some of them are not, the small ones. So there is a huge demand of personal protective equipment at this moment everywhere across the board, more so in the district and also in Calcutta.
Now, Dr. Dasgupta, we've been regularly interviewing the manufacturers, and they are admitting to sleepless nights. In fact, they said that they're going to need the help of army ordnance factories and garment factories for everybody to chip in. I want you at a personal level to explain what goes through the mind of a doctor, because as you said, you're no less than soldiers. It's like sending a soldier into battle without ammunition, without the proper weapons, without the proper uniform. That's actually what it's like. At a personal level, sir, how are you feeling, and how are your friends, people in your community feeling?
The feeling is at this moment is I will be lying if I say I'm not afraid. Of course we are afraid, but that's not going to deter us from doing our duty. We know that we are the front line, and there are a lot of people who are going to come with very similar symptoms, and we don't know whether they have COVID-19 or SARS-CoV-19 or not. So they have very similar symptoms, and we need to get protection. And we don't have enough PPE. That is a fact. We don't have enough PPE. Right now, the PPEs are really reserved for the anesthetists or the critical care specialists who are going to deal with 24 hours with confirmed cases. Now, we in the front line, when we see a patient, say a patient comes with a sore throat and nose blocks and other things in the OPD, Now, even if we are sure that this patient is not a COVID-19, we need to take some precautions. So we are anchoring towards, but we are finding the protective equipment, whatever we have. We are finding the goggles, we are getting in gloves, we are using surgical gowns, we are using surgical dressing as our protection at this moment. Now, these are made to order PPEs, as you can say. You can see the social media is filled up with doctors making like Jugaad, Indian Jugaad PPEs, bending polythene sheets to make visors, using polythene packets to make drapes. These are there. And these are there because people are worried about that. They are trying to save themselves, and if their knowledge helps a few others. And that's exactly what's going through our mind. And we really hope, keep your fingers crossed, that this PPEs which are manufactured right at this moment reach us as quickly, because without protection, seeing a patient is a death sentence. And that we can't expect of our colleagues to do unless we get some form of protection.
Yeah. Those words really stay with me. Without protection, this is a death sentence. I want to ask you to talk a little bit about this jugaad that you said Indian doctors are using. You mentioned polythene sheets as drapes. We're hearing of raincoats being used as replacements for hazmat suits. I even heard about one doctor who's having to wear a helmet instead of having that proper face mask that he's needed to hear. What are some of the jugaad things your doctors are having to do at this point, sir?
The hazmat suit is basically a gown which covers you from neck down to the whole up. And any surgical gown actually can cover you up for that. So that's not a problem. So face masks we have a lot of surgical masks and N95. N95 is a problem, but surgical masks are there. Caps are there. There is still not a big shortages of caps and masks. And some shoe overalls that can be arranged as well. But what we don't have is the visors, the goggles. The goggles, so mostly I'm coming across a lot of people are using lamination sheets, and they are scoring into it and tying a surgical mask in it, or they are putting this polythene sheet inside, say I'm got it infected of COVID-19. So I've got something like 25 to 30 years experience behind it. So the guy who is going to come and train me up at my place is probably not going to have that experience. These doctors don't grow in the trees. We just plant one and next year one doctor will fall from there. So this valuable, their whole knowledge package that comes with the doctor is going to be scarce, when doctors start vanishing from the front line. So that's very important why we need the doctors, nurses and technicians, and we need to protect them. Because we don't have enough doctors nurses in our hospital, in our country anyway. Whatever we have, we need absolutely 100% of them to fight this battle.
Dr. Das Gupta, we salute your courage, and we are going to raise this issue of the PPE in a big way. We promise you that. Good luck, and we'll be in touch, sir.